Well, they're having that book club that it ends like at 1.
Yep.
And then Rick said he did set the alarm and stuff. So he'll be here. Just getting time trickle in.
Yep. Well, that's what I'm doing.
What am I doing?
Yeah, when you have other things going on.
There. That's
When you have other things going on, it's it's just a matter of they come in when they come in.
Well, I heard you a lot louder there for a minute.
what
Yeah, so did I.
What happened?
I have no idea.
Now I can hear you a lot louder.
But guess what?
What?
I'll take that.
Yeah.
I said that too. I'm like, what the heck happened?
I don't know.
Weird.
But hey, Tammy.
Yo.
Hi, Brenda.
Welcome to L&L Diamond Painting. I'm Lee.
And I'm Lenore.
And that's Rootin' Tootin'.
Stop it.
I am anybody you want to call me except for what he just said.
Yeah.
Hi, Shay. How's Dorinda? How's
Hey,
Hi, Shelly.
Hey, Shelly.
Hey, Brenda. Hey, Shelly.
How's it going today, guys?
Huh?
Shay, I need to call you.
Yeah.
Yep.
What are you gonna call her?
Huh?
You said you were gonna call her. I said, what are you gonna call her?
I'll call her right now.
I didn't say when. I said what.
What in the hush? I'm gonna call her Shay, like I always do. Cause I don't call my friends made up names.
It's Roland.
Oh, really?
They can call me like for dinner. Don't call me.
I'm gonna call you right at dinner. I'm just teasing you. I wouldn't do that to you. I do that to Lisa, not you.
You all right there, fella?
I just can't read.
Speaking of calling people, I need to call Brenda too. Oh, Lord, the crazy dog.
Oh,
well.
well.
Mama, you unplugged the phone. Oh, I didn't mute.
No, you didn't.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
She likes to try and take over our lives.
Does a
I
good
do
job.
not.
She does a better job.
I do not.
Oh, hi, Michelle.
Hello, Michelle. Or Shelly.
Oh, I think I already said hello.
Probably.
I did.
But that's okay.
That's all right.
I take it the book club ended.
What book club?
Ditsy has a book club on our Discord.
Oh.
They read and discuss different books.
Well, today they had 2 book clubs right now because they're reading the second and third and fourth book to the other book that I didn't read. So today is that book. And it started at noon, so they'll be here shortly. It usually doesn't last that long.
Yeah, so for those of you that are waiting, that's what we're doing.
What?
Oh, Rich is sick. You know, he wasn't feeling well last night.
Hey, baby girl. Come here.
Get him in. We got both of them.
Yeah, we'll see.
Cinnamon's over there, and
Before you get started, did you know that Sarah Ann opened up her own website?
Yeah, I read that in the Discord.
I'm proud of her.
Anybody who takes
So, Michelle, are they gonna discuss that booth in the next one next Saturday or do it next month?
Ah, there we go. Oh, that's why.
That's why.
Okay. No, I was thinking I missed something and I didn't.
Okay, I'm glad.
All right. So anyway, welcome to the last Saturday of the month. As we all know, that's my day to run our day to run the caregivers group.
You better watch that, fella. You fixed it quickly.
It's her day to run the caregivers group.
No, it isn't.
That's
It's
theater.
our day.
Yeah, that's theater. I like that a lot better.
No. He's much better at this stuff than I am.
I do not believe that for
Well,
a
it's
second.
true.
No, I'm sorry, I had to disagree with you one time.
Don't
Just one.
disagree with me because I can't do this. I just want to share. That's all.
It
But
looks like
you
she's
can
getting-
share that he's not there.
He's always here. If he's not here, he's in my heart.
No, I said later.
Oh.
Oh my God! Somebody give me the hip waders. It's getting awfully deep in here.
Oh my God.
This actually segues really good into one of the things I want to talk about.
Okay.
Okay, do you?
Because if you're a caregiver, especially of a loved one,
Yes.
you got to remember, and especially if you're a caregiver with another loved one, like Lenore and I are with my brother, or when we had it with my mother or whatnot, or my aunts or whatnot. It's extremely important to make sure that at least once a week you go out, you have dinner, go to a movie, go out for a drive, sit out, and look at the stars, drink. But most of all, have fun.
Yeah.
Because this can be a very stressful thing. No matter what level of caregiving you're giving. You know, if you have somebody living in your house that can do their own laundry and do their own, thing, you're still going to cook for them because you're cooking for yourself anyway. Or your wife is cooking, or your husband, whatever. So you're going to cook for them. You're going to do certain things. You're going to clean up the dishes after them and whatnot in some cases. And even something like that can be stressful. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm rubbing my eyes.
You look like you were laughing at
I
me.
was.
Why
Not
were you laughing at me?
you. I'm laughing at what you were saying. I'm go on with your spiel. It's good.
Sheesh.
It's good. I
So
wasn't
anyway,
laughing at you.
it's always good to have, things like this. Like we do, sort of. Because if you don't, the stress, no matter how much you do or how little you do, the stress will get to you. And it will create friction between the two caregivers, which of course will be seen by the person that you're caregiving. And that's just never a good thing. It just isn't. So I just wanted to make sure that I put out there that, that this was the case. That, yeah, you got to go out and do things together if you are working with someone. and if you're not, you're working out on your own, you're caregiving on your own. It's still the same idea. Go out to a club, go watch a movie, take a walk in the park if you'd like to do that. Just go out and do something that you enjoy doing. For your own self, for your own benefit. Because if you can't help yourself, there is no way you're going to help others. Excuse me. Hey, Helen.
Hi, Helen.
So, yeah, you know, if you can't, like I said, if you can't help yourself, there's no way you're going to help others. Part of helping yourself too is to make sure that you're in good condition. You know, if there's something wrong and you don't know what it is, make a phone call to your doctor, tell them what's going on, see what they say. You know, take care of yourself physically as well as mentally and emotionally. You know, because the same term applies. If you're sick, how are you going to help somebody else? And if you get sicker, it's quite possible you could give whatever that is to the person you're trying to caregive for.
Mhm.
You know, especially if they're in your home. So it all runs into the same circle.
Mhm.
We have started some with my brother. He's home. So we're doing a little bit more than usual, not a lot. I mean, we got to go out and, you know, run errands and whatnot, but
Yeah, but he used
Yeah.
to take me every place I needed to go to.
right, exactly.
Yeah, so tit for tat there.
Yeah, well, it's not anything that
No.
I'm really bothered by. It's
Right.
just, you know, that's what I mean. He can't go out and drive on his own, so we got to, you know, do a little extra running. You know, things like that. You have to do his laundry, which he used to be able to do himself, and eventually he will. This is something brand new, and it's a major learning curve.
I'm here, just can't hear. Holly.
Holly.
Oh, I know why.
Okay.
I don't know why you can't hear, but you know, I don't know why. I don't know why I said why. I know why, but that's okay. But
Anything else, or you gone brain dead?
I went brain dead. I was in the middle of a comment, and
I said, Holly. Yeah. I know.
no, that wasn't it.
Oh, it wasn't okay.
But yeah, I remember. There is a learning curve to what he's got to do. He's got a prosthetic coming. It's not here yet, but he does have one coming. And it's going to take time for him to learn the balance and everything else for him to be able to do things. You know, my foot's good, Helen. Yeah, the operation went well. You know, now I just got to wait and find out when he wants to do my right foot again, because that foot has to be worked on because it's going sideways on me.
When do
It's
you
pointing-
know?
It's
Do
pointing
you know
in.
when they'll do that?
No, that's what I said. I got to wait for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to. You know, he's got to learn to walk all over again. You know.
Yeah.
So he's got to learn to walk all over again, and not only walk all over again, but walk with a prosthetic. That's, you know, completely different than walking with your own leg. You know,
Mhm.
and there's a lot of care involved as well that you normally wouldn't have, because you got to worry about the stump, and you got to worry about friction and all of that. So, you know, so for right now, you know, we're doing a little bit more than we normally would. So we got to get back into the swing of things, I think, is the best way to put it. So until then, we're a little frazzled. Not terribly, I would say. I think he was transferred to a prison. I don't know. You can go ask. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but my brother's trying to talk to some representative for some store.
Are they sending someone, they're sending someone in for wound care, yes. Or no?
They're sending somebody in for wound care. They're sending somebody in for physical therapy, and they're sending somebody in for assessment for occupational therapy. And he's going to need all three.
Oh.
So we're going to have somebody in here quite often. But by the same token, we still have to learn to do a rap, because we still have to.
I have to learn to do the rap. I already know. He ended up doing
You never know. I might.
Is that what I ratted led?
Yeah, he's still got a ace bandage around the stump. So it's got to be wrapped, because it's a funny wrap, because the stump itself is wrapped, and then it's wrapped up on his upper thigh, because that's what they call an anchor. It keeps it from slipping down.
Right.
You
But-
know,
This too shall pass.
Yep.
So.
It'll all take time.
Thank you, Helen.
Thank you, Helen. As always. I love I miss it when I don't see them.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
It's like, wait a minute, we're missing something. Where's Helen's hearts?
Yep.
And Helen was my mother's name. And I loved the name. It was her first name. Obviously,
Oh, cool.
not Helen.
Didn't know
Can't
that.
talk anymore.
Hey, Kaden, how are ya?
You just scared cinnamon.
Hi, Caden. Caden, I've been thinking about you. I haven't seen you in a while.
Oh, bless you, child.
I agree, she is.
Oh, please.
Caden is the community flirt.
Yes, I know. I know that. You told me that months ago, dear.
Uh-huh. And we all love it.
Yeah.
So I mean, hey, you know. So that's the end of that.
Has anybody else got anything they would like to speak about?
Particular subject.
Yes.
Is it? Yeah. Has
Hi,
anybody else got
Chris.
anything?
I'm Christopher.
Hello, Christopher.
What's happening? I'm turning it.
I don't know. You don't look like you're on fire to me.
Oh, you had jabs on Friday. That's not good, Helen, is it? Had your
No,
jabs.
I'm sorry, Helen.
Oh yeah, her flu and
Oh, yeah.
COVID update and probably blood draws.
Yeah, all that kind of thing. We got our flu. We haven't got.
Yeah, we got to get the COVID booster.
I need
But
to get mine. The lightning doesn't have to leave the house to do so.
what's the matter with leaving the house?
I'm lazy, dude.
How the hell more lazy do you get? You push your hand forward and the chair moves.
I have to do my clothes on. They won't let you down naked. I didn't want a heart attack then.
You got clothes on now, don't you?
Do you know how cold it is here?
So you put a jacket on.
My jacket is actually too little, so I don't have one. I
We
really
went out in
don't.
the cold today, and the temperature right now does not reflect how cold it was.
Well, you're not out either. You're in the room
Yeah,
here.
but it was six. It says
Oh,
it's
it was.
65.
Oh,
And
It
you
was
live
less than
in
65.
Florida, so you can't talk to me about the weather,
Excuse me. We
right?
used to live in Massachusetts.
Yeah, but right now you're not in Massachusetts.
It doesn't matter. I can still talk to you about the weather.
and it was cold. It must have been
So
like
anyway,
40 something, right?
Oh, I know it is cold up there.
It's been cold in the mornings, very cold.
Does anybody got anything that they would like to?
I just want that room.
Although I did forget to do something.
What did you forget to do, dear?
Hold on a
What
second.
else is new? I had to get one in.
You did good,
There
Thank
we
you.
go.
Brenda. Yes,
I forgot to put the ticker up.
You see what Brenda said, Tam? I
No,
I
what?
heard Florida is supposed to get crazy cold,
Oh, really?
which
That's
could mean 50.
It was probably in the 40s. this
It
morning.
was. I know it was. That's why I said that. I was so cold.
It should be outlawed that Florida get cold. It really-
No. How you feeling, Tam?
I am feeling better today. Yesterday, I really thought I might be coming down with something. Yeah, I was just other tired.
Well, Chris, after all, I'm here, so that explains that part.
Oh, Tam.
Florida and crazy go
very
together,
true.
Chris says.
They let Lee in the state, so they're answer that question.
I already beat you to that, Tammy.
They let me in too. What does that mean? That I'm crazy?
I keep telling you you're crazier than I am.
Mm, okay.
Oh, really? It was 27 last night, Brenda. I thought I was gonna cry.
But I'm trying to think. What else did we used to do to help combat?
What?
Against going nuts when we were trying to take care of people.
Not enough, because we went nuts.
Yeah, we did go nuts. But one of the other things is take some time to talk to one another. Because there are times when one person is going through more than the other. And they can tend to feel alone, even though they know they're not, and even though they aren't. They still can tend to feel alone because they're taking a little bit more of a burden on this side. And the person that's on the other side doesn't really know it or doesn't really understand it. So you want to make sure that you talk to one another too. Of course, obviously, this is for people that are couples. For those of you that are taking care and you're a single individual, if you have a really good friend, you can talk to them because you don't want to keep it bottled in either, which is why they have actual physical places where you can go and meet up at meetings like this one, support meetings. I did have a couple of things that I found a while ago that I meant to link into the description, which I will do after the live because I gotta find them again. They're somewhere in my list.
Okay.
And I'm going to do some more research on different caregiver aspects because there's a lot of information about caregiving,
Yeah.
and a lot of different resources that you can use.
It's true.
I believe actually that if I'm thinking correctly, there could be you could, in other words, we could get certified as caregivers and actually get paid for it. I believe, but I'm not positive on that. I got to look into it.
Mhm.
Which also would help because the financial of it can be very draining and very stressful,
Mhm.
which is another reason why you want to talk to your caregiving partner and to the person you're caregiving for too.
Mhm.
I mean, everybody's got to be a part of it, because it's
That's
a
true.
group effort.
That's something I haven't think of.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a group effort, and everybody has to everybody has to know what's going on, and everybody has to be on the same page. So you need to make sure that the lines of communication flow in all directions, not just me to Lenore or not just me to John, but me to Lenore to John and back. So that's what I mean by that. Which, yes, we also do forget that from
Mhm.
time to time. I forget it a lot.
I'm the queen of forgetting.
Now that I'm the king.
I just rush in there and decide what I'm going to do, and come hell or high water, I do it, and I have to stop it.
Yes, you do.
I do.
Like I said, you got to take care of yourself before you
I'm
can take
fine.
care of others.
I'm just a little tired, but that's to be expected. I'm not sleeping well.
Yeah, and you're back.
Well, my back just gave out on me yesterday, but it'll be back.
Yeah,
back
but
will be back.
my point being is overdoing it. Like some other people I know, Tammy.
I do no such thing.
Yeah.
You are so full of shit, it's not funny.
You said a bad word.
I can do that.
You're in the naughty house. I don't know what a naughty house is, but
Whatever it is, I'm in it. Huh?
Yep.
I mean, all right, I'm not even doing that.
She's not even going there.
Nope.
Okay, that's fine. But so yeah, you got to make sure that getting back to what I had said earlier, you got to make sure you take care of yourself. You can't overdo things. You can't just jump in with both feet. And I'll admit I do the same thing, just not to the extent that you do.
Well, that's how I was brought up.
She's doing things, and the more she's doing things, the more she's hunching over. I was about to one of these towards the end of the day. I was about to call her Quasi,
He wouldn't have been wrong either.
as in Quasimodo,
Yeah.
the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah, that's the truth.
For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, so let's see, communication, taking on too much.
He says good morning.
Morning, Tiffany. Actually, good afternoon, but that's okay.
Hi,
Well,
kid.
where she is.
Yeah, it could be morning where she is. If she's in California, it still could be morning.
What's up? Kiss is in Canada.
Ah, Tiff is in Canada. Oh yeah, it could be morning there too.
Don't know.
I know more than Lee does.
What's the big surprise? What's the big surprise there?
Lord. I needed a laugh.
But
I just got time to laugh.
well, everybody loves your laugh, so
Yes, I do.
Excuse me.
Pardon you.
I just choked.
Well, that's not good.
No, I know.
You want to watch out for one another too. You know, when you see that your partner is taking on too much, you want to try and help. Unfortunately, there are those of us that want to help, but we can't. So that becomes a problem.
Yeah. And that's the truth, because I know he wants to help. But his back, I mean, my back's bad enough, but my back makes me look good compared to him.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with me. I'm waiting for my next doctor's appointment, which is sometime this month, I believe.
I don't know.
We
No,
gotta
not
look it
this
up.
month, December. This is the end of November. It's not this month.
Okay. Yeah. Well, this month because it's the end of the month and tomorrow's. But anyway, because I'm having all kinds of issues. I got my back issue that has not gone away.
And
It eases up.
Okay.
It eases up, but it doesn't really go away. And I have now starting to get worse and worse tremors. My hands shake. You know, makes it hard to diamond paint. Makes it hard to
right?
write. Makes it hard to type on the phone when you try to text somebody. Makes it hard to type on the computer. So I gotta have all that checked out.
Yeah, I noticed you've been shaking a lot more.
And you're right.
So I mean, I'm thinking maybe there's a pinched nerve issue. You know, don't know for sure.
Usually that comes with numbness too.
Well, I can't really count numbness because my fingers are numb anyway because of the diabetes, because of neuropathy.
I didn't. Yeah, I knew that.
So I can't really. I mean, I can still feel with them, but you know, they're still numb to a great degree. Plus, I'm getting arthritis. You know, I'm getting all my parents' old illnesses and issues. You know, but
Anybody have anything to say? I mean,
yeah, no, everybody's so quiet. I don't know where I'm going here.
apparently not. It's 7 people.
Huh.
Okay.
7 people.
Well, I will say that as someone that needs to be taken care of, it's hard emotionally. It really is. Because I feel guilty
Mhm.
that I have to ask my mom for so much help. And she had trouble with her hands. They hurt her a lot.
Yeah.
And when she needs to help me with moving, I feel really bad about that.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that can be done about that. But it's hard to know that you're hurting your mom.
Mhm.
And that's the other side of it too. And thank you, Tammy. That's the other side of it too. Is the fact that you got to take the person whom you're caregiving for into account.
Mhm.
You know, because they may get angry, they may get upset because you're talking about a person who's been vital, and then all of a sudden has to be taken care of, or you're talking to a person who, even if you're talking about a person who's been in a chair all their lives or needs taken care of all their lives, they still look at everybody being able to do all these different things, and it's not fun.
No.
You know,
It's not. You know,
so
I tell everybody, take care of yourself because this is no fun. It's not a fun life. And it's not easy. Emotionally, physically, mentally, it's just not.
Mm.
Right. And the one thing I like about what I'm doing here, whether everybody else likes it or not, I don't know, but the one thing I like about doing this is the fact that as caregivers, we talk about what we go through. We talk about the different things. We don't have to go into great detail. We don't have to give out personal information. We just talk in general, and the person who's being taken care of can also be here and listen
Mhm.
and say, gee, I didn't think that you're going through all of that. I didn't even stop to think that how much of a burden it is for you.
That's true. That's a
It
very-
is hard.
Yeah.
And I mean, I really do struggle with guilt. I do. I don't tell my mom that, but I feel bad all the time. I know that I'm hurting her body, and that's hard to deal with.
Well, that's where, like I said, you need to talk, and say, hey, I know it's necessary, but this is how I'm feeling.
Mhm.
So
I
that
know I don't
you both know.
burden people. That I do talk to them a lot. Well,
Yep.
that's not right, Brenda.
No, that
And-
not right.
And Shelley, I understand what you're going through too. And Brenda, I'll get to you in just a second, but I don't want Shelley's comment to go by the wayside either. Shelley, I understand that because when we stopped the heavy duty caregiving, I guess is the best way to put it, shuffling people back and forth to appointments and, different things such as that, our routines were thrown all out of whack, and it took us time to get back into, okay, we don't have to do as much work. We still have to do work, but not as much. So it's like there's routines that are done, Eventually we end up having to go back to it, but I mean, we've been doing this for 34 years because we started before we were even married,
It's true.
with your mother.
It's true.
And we have had, I would say off and on, we've had maybe a year where we didn't have somebody that we were taking care of, off and on. So it was, short periods of time in between. But so I can understand where your routine gets messed up and you're all out of whack going, wait a minute, I normally do this about now, and all of a sudden that's not there. Brenda, what did Brenda say? Because she's on the other side of it.
It's she's fighting to keep her caregiver. It's down here.
I know, I'm reading it now.
Okay. On page. Sometimes you wonder, and other times you know.
No, Brenda. That's quite all right. It's still a frustration you're going through, and that's what a support group is all about. It's a frustration. It's still caregiving, and that's what this is a caregiver support group. And being the one on the receiving end of it, you still need to vent. So that's.
And isn't it lovely how the insurance company knows better than the doctors?
Always. Or the
Always.
government.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on the government lawyers trying to be doctors. Don't even get me started on that.
It's awful. It's awful, awful, awful.
It is. I know, Brenda. You know, if you need someone to talk to, you know, you can call me. I hope you know that.
The other thing, the other side of that, Brenda, is I don't know the circumstances, and I don't need to know the circumstances before I go any further. But okay, I just went brain dead again.
That's not hard for you to do.
I don't know. I'll get back to it. I'll figure it out. I'll remember it at some point in time.
Thank you, Christopher. I need that.
I can't see what it is.
It's a hug.
Oh, okay. Yes, we all need hugs. But that's just it. You know, the one part of the subject that people seem to forget is the side of the person being taken care of. You know, what about their emotional? What about their, you know, mental status and whatnot, as far as being depressed and, you know, why do I have to do that? Why do I have to be taken care of? Like, I used to be able to do this all on my own, you know, that kind of thing.
The problem with what Brenda's going through now is it's the insurance company in this.
Right.
And that's all they see. They don't see the patient, the person who needs something. They don't care to.
Nope.
I used to work in a hospital doing insurances. To say I have a great fondness for insurance companies is a lie. When we used to have to tell people that they couldn't come into the hospital because their insurance wouldn't cover the procedure, or blah 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 phooey. And it's easy enough to say, go ahead and check out and make sure you got the best insurance. Half the people don't understand that. And when they do understand it, it's too late. I don't know. I got to get off my soapbox.
I you
That's what
don't.
this is for.
This is for.
Yep, exactly. You know, and that's the other thing too, is, as I was touching on earlier, is the financial burden. You know, I mean, we're not getting paid to caregive. We do it out of love for our family members, for the most part.
Yeah, Dot is question.
Yeah, well,
No, I would have done it for her.
Dot was more of a, I'll do it for my father.
Dot was,
You know.
I'll do it for her. She was very lonely.
Not a pleasant aunt, my aunt, but that's okay. That's not what this live is about. I'll tell that story some other time. But you know, like I said, it's the financial burden of like what Brenda's going through. She needs help continuously for an extended period of time. And because of the insurance company being a bunch of greedy little bastards, they're cut her down to almost nothing. You know, and if they thought that they could get away with it, they cut her down to absolutely nothing. So it becomes a financial burden on everybody concerned. If you have loved ones that know you need caregiving, they will help kick in to a point. And that's where my real issue comes in, because after a while it becomes unaffordable. However, the insurance company will gladly pay to have somebody put in elderly housing or assisted living, and things like that, which, as we used to say when I was younger, old age homes. Which to me are, okay, it's time to put them in this building so they can go rot. Because 9 times out of 10, well, maybe 8 times out of 10, that person has never visited. That person has never taken anywhere to, go out and have a good time someplace, even if it's to go to the park. That person just sits in a corner and vegetates.
That's right, Helen. And not get younger either, as well. The other thing is that, like when my grandmother, they had to put my grandmother in a nursing home because she could no longer take care of herself, and her husband, my grandfather, could not take care of her. But my mother couldn't either. She had 2 small children in a 2-bedroom apartment. The 2 small children were myself and my brother. And she could not bring her in there. They did not have the resources, and there were no resources, 70 years ago for anything. So, I mean, it makes the family stressed and everything else.
Yep. And Shelley, that's what I was talking about, is the fact that some people have to take on 2 jobs or
Yeah.
more to be able to afford outside caregiving. And it is hard. Yeah, eventually, but you shouldn't have to fight for 3 years to get something that you're due.
No, you
Yeah.
shouldn't.
Yeah.
I've done that more
Yeah.
times than I can count. And then I nailed through a chair. I called the doctor, he sent the face alert in the month and had a heart alert. Ridiculous. Just ridiculous.
Yep.
And it's sad.
It's very sad. I mean, it's like getting to the point of nursing homes or assisted living, whatever you want to call them. It's like, well, they're disposable now. They've outlived their usefulness, and they're just a burden. Like, that's not the case. It really isn't the case. And that's what gets me so upset about it. Sorry, all. I get nervous and I get to a point where it's like, okay, wait a minute, what am I saying?
Mhm.
And I start
Fine.
picking at my fingernails. So anyway, sorry. And it's a shame. It really is. That people, especially insurance companies, think that. Let's spend as little money as possible on these people. They've outlived their usefulness. It's not cool.
No, it's not.
That is not true.
No, it's not true. I would have loved to have been a little older when my grandfathers were alive,
Mhm.
because I have
Oh,
the one grandfather who was part Indian. He used to go out and do the powwows, and he used to go out and do the the shows and whatnot.
Well, that's true too.
Yep. When he was growing up, he was part of the Buffalo Bill Wild West show.
Tripper.
I think that's cool.
He was a trick rider.
Yeah.
So he'd be on a horse doing all kinds of fancy little maneuvers. But and then when I say the Buffalo Bill, I'm talking while Buffalo Bill was still running it.
Yeah.
I'm not talking, later on. But unfortunately, I was too young to take advantage of all of that knowledge, and I was too young to take advantage of, learning about my heritage. And now a lot of it's gone because, for example, my grandfather was adopted, but there's no way of getting any of that paperwork because where it was, the town hall where all that information was burned down.
That's what happened with my father.
Yeah,
Not adoption, but the town hall with his birth stuff and
Right.
everything.
Yeah.
Burnt down.
yeah, it was burnt down,
It
burnt to
just
the ground.
burned down.
Why?
So we don't know anything about
The accidental or
where he came from. But I have no
We
idea.
don't
This was way back. This was 1930s, 20s. I don't remember. I forget who told me, but somebody from the family told me. But probably Mom.
Yeah, but your mother was born in like 1929.
Yeah,
So I mean, it was probably, I know it wasn't was it your mother's father?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. But so I never got to learn about all of that. But yet people are so disposable. Yeah, right. That's a crock of crap. But that's okay. I mean, in that particular case, that's not to say that he died in a nursing home without being cared for, because he was watched over and cared for. I mean, shit, he had 13 children. And at the time, we were actually quite the close-knit family.
And your grandmother. still alive.
Yeah, well, that's true too.
I don't think you would have had any choice.
Grandma was a feisty old broad.
She was a nice lady. I met her that one time.
Yep.
No, actually, I met her at
I
Christmas.
mean, yeah,
At Christmas, and then another time at the
at the
Continental.
Continental.
Yeah.
Yep. So, and that's leads me to the other part of what I wanted to talk about. Geez, these things are running right in together. Make sure that you talk to, if it's a family member, especially an older family member.
hi Adam.
I was just going to say that, Timmy.
What?
Hi, Adam.
Hey, Adam. Make sure that it's, make sure that, especially if it's an older family member, make sure you talk to him, get some of your history,
I did. I got some of my mother's side of my mother's family, but not enough. But I did. I talked to my mother.
Right.
And right now, I'm the only one who has any of that
Yeah.
in my head. I have to tell my brother.
But, make sure you get information on your history so that if later on, especially those of you that might be younger, you want to research it, at least you have someplace to go.
Start.
You have someplace to start
Yeah.
from. I unfortunately didn't, and I didn't get enough. I got some information, and I wrote it down somewhere, and it went off into the hither never to be found again land. Because I had my grandfather's Indian name and of course his
And you lost it.
name, and I lost it. I wrote it down somewhere in a book or notepad or something, and in all of our moving, I probably accidentally threw it out. But, so you want to make sure you get the information.
Wow. Well, she needs to sleep.
Yeah. After 24-hour life, yeah,
Yeah.
he definitely needs to sleep.
She was up to like 30-some hours.
Yeah. Yep. Sleep is good.
Well, give her a hug for me then. How about that?
There you go. You get a Lenore hug. Well, you got to give him the Lenore hug in order to for him to give it to.
Well, you
Angel.
got, yeah, you got, yeah, that's true.
So there.
So there, shut up.
All right, Tammy too.
Oh, Lord. You know, after all of this and the sadness, and you guys know some of my background, that I had problems with my mother and her drinking and everything. But at the very end of her life, she told me, she said to me, "Thank you for loving me." And I probably already told you this, but to me,
No.
it is the most amazing thing she's ever said to me, because I never knew she even recognized that fact. You know? And it's sad, but that's true. My father, oh Lord, you couldn't go close enough to him, but he was slobbering over you and hugging you. Boy, son, daughter, it didn't matter.
He was the affectionate one.
But my mother was Irish, and she was the closed Irish.
Yeah.
For 15 days, but we'll just see her before that. All right,
Sorry, my back.
your back
Gotta
is
stretch
bothering
my
you
back a little
down.
bit.
Yeah, stretch your back out.
Yeah.
Now I'm crying. I've lost my mind.
No, you just shared an emotional thing.
Yeah.
So of course you're crying.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
But yeah, you never know what the person you're caregiving for knows or understands sometimes. You know, and this goes for everybody, you know, and everything. You know, caregiving is caregiving. I don't care if you're paid for it. I don't care if you're not paid for it. And I don't care who or what it is. It's still caregiving. You know, and you still go through a lot of emotions.
Yes, you
You
do.
know? And you know, a lot of venting needs to be done. Hence, us. You know?
This lovely group.
Yes. This lovely little group of 7 or 8 people. Not including anybody that, no, 7 people. There are 7 people watching.
Excuse me.
But that's okay. It's the holiday weekend. Well, not the holiday weekend, but the weekend after the holiday, where
Thank you, Brenda.
a lot of big
Appreciate
people
it.
are shopping. You know. Yes, thank you, Brenda. That's appreciated. I mean, sometimes I wonder myself. So, you know,
I'm still waiting to go to my eye doctor. And Lee's back. Every time he starts to think he's safe, he diamond paints and his back starts bothering him again.
Yep.
I can't speak for Tammy.
That's true.
there
I
is no speaking for Tammy.
Killed me. My hand too. That you know what? I got it done paint. So don't. I'm just crazy. I really would.
Oh, trust me, if I could get past it, I would.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I just can't.
Thanks, Adam.
You learning me to Adam. You really are.
Yep.
Oh, an angel.
Yep, exactly. But
I gotta stop this. This is ridiculous. Turn on the waterworks for a while, don't you?
hey, why not?
Yeah, I'm all right.
As you can see, caregiving can be quite emotional, along with aggravating.
And fulfilling.
Yes. In the long run, ultimately, when you think back on it, most of what you remember, even though there were plenty of bad times, even though there were plenty of really, really aggravating times, most of what you remember is really good times.
Love.
You figure my mother-in-law, Okay. Great big Red Sox fan. So I used to pick on her and tell her, oh, the Red Sox. They'll get to the playoffs and then they'll blow it like they always do.
So
She would
mad.
get so mad at me. She'd start trying to reach to smack me with her cane.
She should have. I should have let her.
No, she did a couple of times, but it's usually like a love tap, you know. But the story I was actually going to tell was at our wedding. My mother-in-law did not have any real nice outfit, you know, like wedding style outfits.
The mother of the bride.
So right. So my mother gave her a pantsuit that had to be taken down by about 10 inches.
Taken down.
Well, taken up. I
Yeah.
mean, excuse me. Taken up about 10 inches.
My mother was so small at that time.
Because at that point she was 4'11", and she started out as what, 5'9", 5'10",
5'7.5".
5'7.5". I don't know why I keep thinking 5'9".
Because I was
5'10".
5'9", 5'10". I was 5'10.5".
So anyway, when she put that on, she thought she was the cat's meow.
She
thought,
was.
you know, she thought she was Little Miss Sexy. Now she had one eye that had a detached retina, and at the time we didn't get her a pair of glasses that had the frosted lens on one side. No, we didn't know about them, but she had contact paper on it, so she wouldn't do anything with it. So there she is. They got a picture of her with her sitting with her legs crossed, her reaching down and hiking up the pant leg.
And this big grin on her
Yeah,
face.
and this big shit-eating grin on her face. Like, see that? I'm sexy. If I ever find it, I'll show it. You know? But, yes, I know, I keep cutting my head off. I did a lousy job with the camera angle this time.
Yeah, the love is important.
Yes, it is. Indeed. It really is. Thinking of which, just because of the fact that I'm greedy, you can also show us some love by hitting that like button. Yeah, there's only 7.
Yeah.
But other than that, it is getting past the hour, and I know there was somebody that had a live after me. I just can't remember who it was.
Really? I didn't know that.
I think so. I could be wrong. I don't have my
No.
I don't have my schedule up, so I can't look. But anyway,
Did you?
I can't think of what else there was that I wanted to discuss. Guys, over the month, if you can think of things that you want to talk about or that you want to ask questions about, I mean, we're not the be all and end all of caregiving, you know, but we can either answer it or we can tell you, okay, we'll have to look that up and see what we come up with. You know, that's not a problem.
Anything you want to share, you don't have to answer questions.
Yeah, it
ask
doesn't.
questions.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be asking questions. You can share a story like Brenda did today. You know, share some of your frustrations, share some of your joys, share some of your whatever.
Adam's on in 3 hours. But doesn't know if anyone's between our lives.
Oh, I don't know. I'll look later on.
Love you too, Brenda.
Yep, we love you too. Exactly. Sorry, even though she has it right here, I tend to read it for whatever reason. But yes, thank you everybody for coming.
Yes.
There were a lot of lurkers out there out of the 7. And that's fine. Lurkers are good. You know, it just means I get people that are actually interested in watching us. Wow. Surprised. Feel free to come back next month or during the weeks, as you know, during the next 3 or 4 weeks on our lives on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
You know,
I
Don't
love
forget-
you, Linda.
don't forget what.
About our Christmas.
Oh yeah,
Next.
we will be doing our Christmas. We will be filming our Christmas premiere.
He's gonna do
Um,
that, Adam.
What'd she say?
I don't know. What'd you say?
I said you're gonna do what Adam said.
He dyed his beard.
I'm not sure of it. Yep,
Oh,
that's what we want to see for the premiere.
Not likely. Besides which, my beard is white enough. It's only my mustache that's
you're
not
gonna
white.
have to dye your mustache.
Oh, he put the glitter in it. And I'm happy to hear you're gonna do
Oh
that.
hell no! I'll never get rid of that crap.
Then you have to shave your beard off. And regrow it after.
No, if I grow. I keep saying I'm just going to grow a goatee, and I keep forgetting to trim the rest of it off. And
Red
this
or
is the result.
green, yes. I like that, Adam. I love it. Keep the idea coming.
Maybe some twinkle lights. Oh, I love that.
Gold, yes.
You are not throwing me under the bus.
Put some little
None of you.
I'm making you one of those.
No, because you're sitting there agreeing with the ideas they're coming up
I
with.
think they're
you
beautiful.
throw me under the bus all the time. How's that right?
Yes, you do.
It's my life. That's how it's right.
You throw me under the bus and
Santa
your
hat.
life, my life, anybody's life.
The Santa hat, if I had one,
Maybe some tiny bubbles too. Tiny bubbles in your beard.
I love
you're
it.
killing me here.
Love it. Love it.
You're
Oh,
killing me.
Love it.
oh my Lord. I'm sorry.
But no, that's fine.
Don't
A little
glitter.
humor, a little humor to end the thing is not a bad thing.
Well, that's not what I was apologizing for. I thought it was fun, but I had to blow my nose and I should have waited. Oh.
No, that's fine. They don't care.
Yeah, we don't care.
See, told
All right, guys, it's been great sharing this time with you.
Yes, it has. It's been a lot of fun. Yeah, we got some information out. I will have, like I said, I will try to remember to find those links and put them in the description box at some point in time.
Okay.
In the meantime, have yourselves a wonderful week. We will see you on Sunday for Shays Live, some of you. Monday for Season of Spangler with Kara and Brandy, the principal painter, and yeah, I can't think of Brandy's. I don't know. Mystery of Diamonds. That's it. So just remember to take care of yourselves so you can take care of others. And
Thanks,
remember,
Adam.
if you're on the other end of it, talk to your caregiver,
Bye, Helen.
you know, and say, hey, this is what I'm going through. They're not your psychologist, but it might give them the benefit of here's why we're having problems or whatever the case may be.
Love the
So-
hearts, Brenda.
Yes, hearts are always good.
You picked up one. There's 8 more.
Hey, we picked up one right at the end. How do you like that? They said, I came in just in time to watch the door slam in my face. No, we don't slam doors.
I do. On
does.
leave.
On leave.
The more you keep that up, the more I'm going to disconnect your chair.
You can try.
And the longer I'm going to disconnect it for.
You can
You're like two
try.
naughty kids. You're like two naughty kids.
Not me.
Yeah, you.
He's the one that started it.
Doesn't matter, you finish it.
That's right.
So,
You start with me, I'm going to finish it.
6 of one, half a dozen of another.
Nope, not at all.
Yep.
All right. Anyway, everyone, have a great night. And we will talk to you soon.
Yeah.
One way or another.
One way or another, yeah. Even if you don't want us to.
I'll end it there instead of going through my usual words hurt spiel.
Okay.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.